Today we're gonna make eggs with chorizo, and potatoes. We're gonna cook the potatoes first, oil them up. Use our favorite spatula. Coat them all in oil. We're gonna cook them a little bit first before we start with the other chorizo. Cook them enough for it because potatoes take a while sometimes to cook, but that's why I cut them into pieces. The larger they are, the longer they take. So we're gonna put pepper, not too much salt either, because not too much salt, because the chorizo has a lot of it. We're just gonna cook this. You gotta move it around or it's gonna stick because these have a lot of starch. All right, because I didn't rinse them too much. Just make sure you. All right, so we got our potatoes a little bit brown. If you guys can see, I'm gonna show you how brown I want them. So not too brown. Let me turn it down before I burn them. I don't want to burn them, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. And let me get an example of how I want to see them. Look at this. This is perfect, all right? So we're going to throw it back in there with the rest of his brothers. Now we're going to start with the chorizo. Throw in our chorizo. All right, once we throw in our chorizo, not the other one, this one, we mix it around. Merge it together. Let the chorizo cook a little bit longer. We're going to put it a little medium. Integrate with everything we have. Okay, almost ready. Almost cooked. A little bit medium, and then the egg's going to cook it. That's the thing. You do layers. So potato takes the longest. The chorizo, medium. The egg is quick. If you want to eat raw stuff, then you could cook it all at once too. People do that. I've seen restaurants where they throw everything at once, and you could taste the potato, but the disguise of the potato with the other rest of the stuff, it's hard to distinguish, right? So that's why you gotta do layers. If you go home and you have chorro, that's not good, because the potato's raw. You can't eat it too raw. It gives you a couple of things. There's nothing wrong. You won't die or anything like that, but if you want a flavor, get it all mixed up in there. Make sure it cooks right. I knew this place, the Pantry, for example, famous Pantry. They used to probably at one point cooked everything together, but they started separating. I remember that when I was eating there, I was watching the guy cook. They had one guy cook potatoes. That's all his job was, right? And the thing that I was overwhelmed that his potato stack was this high and the pot was like really low. And I was like, how do you mix it? How do you get everything in the mix? Make sure you could spread it out. That's why some of these places, I was like, how do you stay in business? Maybe the reason is that they give you the good parts and then they leave the bad parts. I don't know. Because I know the top wasn't going to get cooked very well, but the bottom was. So how do they stay in business? Because say 90% of it's cooked and 10% is not really cooked well. The 10%, you might get 90% from another part of the dish, 90%, and you're not satisfied with one part, but you're satisfied with the other one. Maybe that's how it works. Or they might get somebody that gets the 10% from every single bad dish, and that's the bad customer. All right, I think we got it integrated nice and neat. So we're gonna do 3 to 4 eggs on this one. So we have to do it quick. There's one. Normally I would just mix it, but when you're doing it like me, 3. You could save this for tomorrow too, for breakfast. I'm gonna do one more. Do one more. All right, that's good. So we're gonna mix it up again too. Don't let the egg stick anywhere. Mix it everywhere. You gotta get a good spatula, good pan in order to make this happen too. Because if you leave it there, it's gonna burn out a little corner. It tastes good, the corners, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna lose more of the egg. Continuously move it around if you have to, because my heat source is on this corner most of the time, so I don't know why, but because of the tilt of the actual stove. So we're gonna get rid of the glossiness. That's when we're ready. I think we're gonna let it sit for a while, but just spread it out, and then we start. Let it sit for a while. That's what I like about the spatula. See that? And then glue it on the corner, glue it on the corner. We'll let it sit for a bit. Now let me get rid of the shells. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna flip it. See how it's becoming like that now? Start mixing it now. You can make it a little soggy if you want, optional, but you want, this is good for burritos, side tacos, pretty much anything. We're at high right now. It should be done in about a minute or two. Right, here's the final results. So this goes great with the beans, but unfortunately I don't have any right now. You could do this as a burrito. Add them into the actual plate. Put your tortilla, burrito. It's perfect, but today we're just gonna enjoy it as is. Now, you could eat it how you want, mix it up with any side dish, but this is great by itself. Let's taste it. But just to let you know, I personally add ketchup to it, right? So I'm a weirdo. A lot of people are, so. All right, first we're gonna taste it without the ketchup. All right, just for you guys to enjoy it. Grab a piece of everything. Sorry. You do ketchup to potatoes, eggs, same thing. Give more a tomato flavor. I got the little packages. You know from where? From every freaking store you go to and buy stuff. You don't like to toss it away. You want to recycle them. This is a perfect way. Now, let's taste it my way. More flavor. Intense. Good. Hope you guys enjoy your meals.